What's up? It's your girl Savage Flower.
And it's live for you. Fans these new you're now tuned in to the Rock the Block show.
Only on How Do You Need Radio Soul Flow.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Olympic Raymond, yes I can.
Yeah. Okay.
Majesty Santiago in the room, you feel me? Let's get it going.
And we are back. Welcome everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Rock the Block show here on Highly Unique Radio Soul Flow. It's your boy and y'all already know. Today is a very special episode, people, and we're gonna get right into it. This weekend we did an interview that sent the internet in an uproar. We're gonna talk about it. Before we get into that, I want to I got to give a shout out to the Fresh and Fit podcast, because this isn't about them. I actually with a lot of other concepts and ideology that they bring up on their show. You know what I'm saying? I do feel like there's a space and a need for it in society. So today this ain't about the Fresh and Fit podcast per se, as much as it is about the Fresh and Fit fan club. Drop a bomb on that. This is about the Fresh and Fit. She might not want to go behind me. No, she good.
You can put it behind you.
This is about the Fresh and Fit fan club, or as I refer to them, Myrons Minions. So this weekend we did an interview with a young lady that goes by the name Lehzae from Passaic, New Jersey. And she was in town on a promo run and marketing run down here in South Florida. And boy, you know, we did we asked her to explain what happened. And we put that out there, and like I say, the Fresh and Fit fan club went crazy. They were all in the comments of the video, and I thinking about in a couple hours we down there had 100 comments on the video. Definitely, it went up real quick. A lot of people had their panties in a bunch. They had their panties in a bunch. There was a lot of butthurt 30 plus niggas out here in the world. And we're going to get into that. Before we get into that, I want to let the people know or state our mission up here at the Rock the Block show. Our platform, what we stand for. Our platform is to uplift the community of up and coming artists and entrepreneurs in the world. Our platform is to shed light on some up and coming young talent in the world. Our platform is to spread positivity and give artists, up and coming artists or established artists, a space, a platform to spread their wings on. We're not here trying to clip anybody's wings off, people. But everybody has a job to do, and that's our job. Fresh and Fit, on the other hand, they have a job to do. And unlike our platform, their job is to place their ideology. Well, they claim that they're healing the world. Shout out to all the men that are healed by their program. But they claim that they're doing good for the community. And I, like I said, I believe there's a space for it. But it's just certain things about their platform. For instance, like like I said, I agree with a lot of the ideology, but I do feel like their platform supports the spread or the interchanging of negative energy on their stage. And that's the thing that I don't like about it. And that's what we're going to get into. But back to the Minions, Myrons Minions. These guys are aggressive. They're feisty. You all saw the comments, man. They were getting on me. The guy in the purple, the LSU, the da 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 da. But we got your comment, right? we appreciate all the love, all the hate, but we're going to get into what actually transpired, right? So, I get a call Friday afternoon about this interview. You know, we got a young lady in town. She, you know, oh, could you do me this favor? We'll get on the platform. Let me try to see, you know, let me work something, because we normally don't broadcast on a Saturday, but you know us, we ready and willing whenever, we rise to the occasion. So I get on the line, I get the team together. Mind you, we don't end up confirming the interview until the following day, that Saturday morning, Saturday morning sometime, the day of the interview. I call my contact back. Yeah, everything's squared away. We can do it. Then I immediately began to do my homework on the subject. Found a couple clips, personal interviews, other interviews that she's done over the past couple years. Cool. So I don't see anything else. I look at a couple interviews, couple blog excerpts, and think nothing of it. About 2 hours before the interview, I get another call back, and I won't say the person's name, but my contacts tells me, listen, got a bit of information for you that I think you should know. Last night, Lehzae was on the Fresh and Fits podcast, and shit went left. You know, it went up. It was a crazy viral moment. She had to disable her comments on her page, you know. And I'm like, all right, cool. That's good. That's current news. That shit just went up. So immediately, I already know we're gonna implement this into our segment, right? We're gonna ask her about this. But before we finish that call or get into, you know, the clip, address the clip, right? I want to say to all artists out there, artist managers, you have to be cognitive. You have to do your homework. You have to have some type of context of what type of show that you're sending your artists up on, because it may not be the most advantageous, or maybe it is, depending on your level of consciousness, right? And we'll get into that as well. But what I would like to credit the Fresh and Fit podcast, you know, I had to go back and watch the clip. We're going to get into that. I'll explain that right now. I had to go back and watch the clip, and at a certain point during the interview, at the beginning of the interview, they did open up the platform to her to rap. Once she let it be known that she was a rapper, she didn't. Artists, take heed to that. Anytime a platform give you an opportunity to showcase your craft, especially on a stage as grand as theirs, you want to take advantage of that. You don't want to miss out on that opportunity. So I definitely fought her for that. Nonetheless, she said she'd do it later, and she stated that she didn't want to take up time from the other guests, and I get it. She didn't want to make it all about her, but that was the perfect time to steal the show, which she ended up doing anyways. But we're gonna get into that. All right, so just take heed to that, managers, because you know, if you study that show, or you watch that show, which I'm not an avid watcher, I just recently started tapping in, or started to just over this weekend, honestly, you know, and if you don't watch the show, then you got to understand the context. You don't understand the context of the show, so you just up there, you bait, you prey, you know what I'm saying, in front of these hungry lions, right? Okay, cool. We're gonna get to that. All right, people in the comments, right, they were saying, oh, you didn't make her address the accountability factor. She said that she was going to shoot the show up. Okay, we'll get to that later as well. Let's get to the clip. So I stated in the last video. So we sealed the interview as locked. Fresh and Fit podcast debacle. Do our homework. Immediately, I search for a clip with her. I find a clip. Just the clip, not the whole interview. And from my understanding now, the show is broadcast live. So this was going on live. And after the live is finished, of course, it re-airs on YouTube. But I only caught the initial, that wasn't the initial clip. The initial clip would have been the whole live. But I caught a clip that was created after the fact to draw that that energy, that sensationalism over to the actual video. Cool. So it was just a clip. So for the people in the comments that were saying, "Oh man, it's a whole show. How did you only see?" I just caught the clip, my guy. And the clip picked up where Lehzae and Myron were already at each other's necks about a child. So about her perception or her opinion on how she wants to raise her children or how she sees fit to function within her marriage, right? And we're gonna get to the marriage shit. Let's address the marriage shit now. Okay. Off rip, she comes on when she introduces herself. She says that she's married, she has 2 kids, she's a rapper. Instantly, people get on her in the comments asking, "Where's your ring?" She had an explanation. As we're talking right now, people are still commenting on that video, which is a good thing. So people, they're questioning, "Where's your ring? Where's your ring? Where's your ring? If you're married, where's your ring?" Whether she's married or not, it's none of my business. Her definition or interpretation of a marriage, we're just gonna focus on the way she and the arrangements that her and her husband has within their household. Okay, I pick up the clip is, "I just told you I paid $700 for school clothes." And Myrons checking down on her. Myrons telling her, "Lower your voice. Don't talk to me like that. I'm not your husband." He's trying to check her, right? She's getting a little excited. After, mind you, we're gonna go back to give it some more context. We're just talking about the clip right now and where it picked up from. She asked Fresh, "Are you offended? Am I coming off crazy to you?" Fresh was just in agreement with what was going on, or him and Zuby were pretty cool throughout the whole interview. Fresh asked, she asked Fresh. Fresh responds, it's like, why, you are getting like, now he's patronizing what his co-host just made mention of, right? So from there, she gets a little bit more flustered. Mind you, these are women that you're dealing with. You have 2 guys that host a podcast where they bring 18, 19, and 20-year-old college students onto to forcefully attempt to teach them how to be better young ladies.
Also, let's throw that in there that they're really old. Like Myron, he has to be like in his 40s.
Yeah, late 30s, early 40s.
He's in his 40s.
He's in his
40s. 41. He's in there.
Okay.
He in them. He's like you can
kind of you got that look, right?
And the other one, super socially awkward, super lame, super.
The guy with the chain, that's Fresh, right?
Fresh, yeah,
Fresh.
Fresh.
New money.
In case I didn't make that clear, who I was talking about. Fresh, super lame, super square. You can tell. Listen, I'm a manologist, so I can break down any type of man. And both of those guys are. Well, we all have social awkwardnesses about us, but theirs does come from a lack of something with women. Clearly, we can all tell that. But Fresh is, you can tell, he didn't really, I think he's probably foreign. He's probably Haitian
or African or something like that.
So we already know, we pretty much know the history of their story growing up, right? We know the Black American story. Some people know the Haitian story. They did get ridiculed a lot. They got, fucked with a lot. And it did fuck with a lot of people's self-esteem, women and men. So he's coming from that. This is a clear observation, and I'm not wrong at all. Madge be knowing. I usually be on point with what I'm on point about. And he's super lame, where he didn't get played. He probably didn't even really holler at girls because that wasn't his steez. You can tell that he's a little uncomfortable with women. But now in this social media era, people put the camera on and we can become whoever we want to be. And that is good, because sometimes we do need to get some confidence somewhere. But when you are putting down people to lift yourself up, that's not confidence. That's not true confidence. That's just
so their whole thing is they're uplifting the
like
high value men. They're uplifting the high value men,
right? But they're not
quote unquote like them,
right. But they're not high value men, and a lot of their the Minions, Myrons Minions.
Myrons Minions.
Okay, they're not high.
What kind of people are the Minions? Explain.
The Minions are the same type of people. So I didn't even get into the other guy, the balding guy, the one that's bald.
That's Myron, I believe.
Myron, yeah.
I think he's of Arabic descent or something like that.
Okay, well, he's still balding, no matter where he's, what descent he's from. Balding is balding. And that's what happens when you're, like, middle-aged, like when you're in your 40s, though. And that's okay. That's just the nature of life. It's okay. But he also, he let it be known, on the air that he didn't even lose his virginity until 18, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing, no, I'm not. But what it does say is that you probably encountered women later when most men probably encountered a little earlier. Even though it may have been premature, they had some form of experience around girls. Exactly. Which made them a little more comfortable. So all of this is just life and growing. So he started a little later than most people of, in the same age range, and that's okay. But things like that also affect growing up. It affects social communications and interactions. Okay. So these guys are guys who were not it. They were not it. They were not chosen. They were not the chosen guys. That's okay because you're overlooking who was choosing you. Much like a lot of women, they go for a certain type, but they've gotten chosen. But they're not being chosen by who they want. So all of that they have internalized, and now they're putting it out in the form of podcasting to educate or help men or high value men to not get played. High value men don't really get played. Exactly. And
high value men don't have to wear a fucking sign on their back saying that I'm a high value man.
And I hate women and screw all of you, especially when you look a certain way. And this is also another thing. Stop bashing women for their genetic makeup. Savage Flower. As a woman, wouldn't it be crazy to just be hated on by the way you look? Mm-hmm. So what you supposed to do? Now you got to run down on your mama and daddy. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck y'all even decide to make? Bitch, you pretty and you all looking good and shit. Y'all gonna have me. And now I got to live this life of looking good and being hated by. Come on, man. You can't do that. You can't discredit people because of their genetic makeup and they happen to look a certain way. And then you want to place certain things on them because you got your feelings hurt at 13 by a girl. Mm-hmm. You got rejected at 17 or 20, like that. It doesn't work that way. So the minions in the comments are the same type of men. They want to believe that they're high value, but high value is, number one, it starts inside. You have to have a confidence of up here. And you can't have that naturally and genuinely when you tear down people, especially when you're a man tearing down women, which is what the host of that little podcast do, and that's what the minions in the comments do. None of them are high value.
I call it a podcast. I thought it was a shit show. 20 people at a table. Show. 20 people at a table. I'm just saying.
20 kids.
20 kids and 2 or 3 men.
Also will sit there and endure that because they're thirsty for attention. Yeah, and it's like another thing. Women have to, I watch different episodes just to really, not to be super biased or just see one clickbait and judge them. I needed to see more to see. But this is how they behave. This is really
the show is very catty. No, I couldn't see myself as a man.
Any moment to discredit or laugh at what one of the women say. And they can say anything. The girl said she was a nurse. They played the little sound. Come on.
Yeah, and it's a black lady, and it's very disrespectful. They're very disrespectful to women, but they're ultra disrespectful to black women, which is crazy. So this is the thing, Fresh. You need to go talk to your pathetic mother. Because clearly she raised you to be this way, and you hate women so much that you need to go try that out. You need to go holler at your mom. Myron, he is almost a lost cause. I don't know if what his mother did to him, if she beat him, she wasn't there, she sexually assaulted him, or she was a...
Whoa, slow down now. Myron is a high-value man.
Well, his mom could have been
What is a high-value man?
I don't know, but all
I know is a guy that stands on principles, morals. He obviously talks down on a woman.
I need them to FaceTime their mothers and tell them you are not special. Like, you need to say these things to the person that birthed you. And if you can't, I don't care really, but But these are the things that you have to consider. Will you say this to your own mother? Will you say this to your child? Because you're saying this about women. Oh, women who look at their moms are ugly probably, or fat or something stupid, like something like that. Because their moms aren't high value because they wouldn't, or their moms aren't lookers, probably not smart, all of those things. So when they encounter a woman of that, they get so offended and they're so like, oh my God, I don't know how to deal with this because they've never experienced it, even from their own clan. So they don't know how to act. And I get it. And now when you have a platform, all that does is heighten your emotions, your feelings.
Let's get back. Let's go jump back on into the clip, right?
Yes.
Let's jump back into the clip for a second. See. We're gonna go a little bit earlier on into the clip, right? Mm-hmm. A little bit after, maybe 30, 40 minutes after everyone gave their introduction. Mm-hmm. Hi, I'm the foreign exchange 18-year-old blonde foreign exchange student from Yugoslavia.
I love that they make everyone tell their age so we can see how
young they
and
are,
mature they
are. What they are.
And we also have to note, I'm sorry guys to cut him off again, because we have to note that our frontal cortex isn't really fully developed until when? We're about 24, 25. So the fact of you having 18 to 23-year-olds on there, come on,
and,
all right.
And that's what I was getting. I wanted to make mention of, right? So after they, and I guess you can say that they're trying to train them early, I guess. But whatever.
Train dogs.
But they could have older women on the show as well to give their perspective to the women.
So that's what
it was real.
They do, and then they shit on their age. The lady is well educated. She has a doctorate, and she was 40. And oh man, and you're
gonna be hard to find a man at 40.
In a podcast, you're 40.
If she has a doctorate, let's consider that she has spent most of her 20s schooling. In school, she has probably had only 10 years of being in the world to live, whereas most of us, if we didn't go to college or we just jumped right out there or whatever, or did a couple of years in college, we have had 15 to 20 years. Well, they've had over 20 years of being adults because they're really old. But we have that time. What?
Go ahead. You slid that in there.
Facts are facts. So I'm just saying, you know what I mean? But...
All right, so this is the question that I have to you two young ladies up here, or not so young, not as young as those ladies.
Right. But we're also not as old as Myron and Fresh.
My frontal cortex is formed.
That'll be a long time.
They gonna kill you in the comments, but so
Majesty Santiago, Majesty at Majesty.Santiago on Instagram.
Make sure you tap in. So this is the question that I have to you all. Which was the same thing that I had for the other women that was sitting on those panel on the panel. So it seemed like they get a bunch of naive, just green to the world type. Okay. Yeah. Lehzae, at a certain point of the interview, Lehzae commanded the energy of the interview. She was obviously the girl up there with the most charisma and character, the most experience probably in life at that point, having dated, having children at an early age and being with who her baby father is, so it showed. I did catch some immature moments, or some moments where I caught her slipping, but nothing too crazy that does, garnered the energy that she got. But in the midst of these guys heating up on her, which I'm going to leave Zuby out the mix. Zuby kind of set it off. We're going to get to his comments in a minute, but Zuby kind of set it off, but he set it off subtly. I fuck with Zuby. He a player, well-spoken. He gets his point across to the women. They seem to understand or respond to his voice pretty well. So to get a point to the conversation where they're obviously trying to corner this girl, none of the other girls, the other 12 girls or however many other girls were on that panel, even thought to speak up or try to interject or
their brain not formed. They didn't know what was going on.
They were just like stuck like deer in headlight.
Yeah.
Right. So that's another topic. So how do you I mean, obviously you just mentioned, but how do you all feel about that, like her not getting the support of the other women that were up there? Were they scared? Were they kind of like back? Did they feel like maybe back in the corner, or like they were gonna get some of that energy if they spoke up? Or
how'd you go first?
So I did see that. I did see that as well. But I've seen it also on the other episodes of theirs that I had saw where they may be getting a little wild or hot, spicy. That's what we call the ladies when they get a little hot in the ass, spicy. So when they were getting a little spicy, I would see the other women, they would kind of fall back. And what I think is when you're I don't think these people know each other. So when you're in a setting and things are getting heated and you don't really know how it's going to go, for the most part, people tend to kind of, let me just stay in my lane. Let me not rock that boat because I don't know what's going to happen. So I get that, you know. But as a culture, as a people, just even in humanity, when you see someone being attacked or you see something that's not going right, number one, no matter what, I'm always going to be on the side of what's right. Period.
Facts.
So when you see something going left, especially in a setting like that, it makes more of an impact if multiple people who are in agreement stand up at that time.
Facts.
It makes such an impact. But also,
at
they're
least
not
try to offer some support.
At least try, you know. But also, I think that they're not getting. They're not getting industry girls. They're not getting women who know what to do in this setting. That's why she stood out, because she's been interviewed. She has had a mic in her face. She's had, you know what I mean? She's talked publicly. She's an artist, you know, and a great, honestly, a good artist at that. Like, she's really dope as fuck. Beautiful. She has great charm.
Yeah, go check out her music.
Please
new
go
single.
check her out.
FSO out everywhere. Lehzae.
Yeah, like, she's really dope. So I think because of her experience, that is one reason that she was able to kind of shine a little bit. And the rest of them are just pretty girls who just probably happen to get, well, this is what I had heard, that they be tricking girls to come to the show. They be going on dating sites and they be doing all these different things. I believe that's true.
I heard that, and I heard a lot of these girls be having managers, and they just kind of like talent, like a booking agent type of shit, just get them on because of the viewership or whatever. And if it turn out good for you, turn out good for you. If it turn out bad, go out there and make the most of that. You know what I'm saying?
But that's what I think. I think that the inexperience, and these are just people who just want to get on. So you're just trying to get looks, and then you'll take these clips for your own IG or socials to put them out there. But that's not worth it. Honestly, guys, that type of stuff is not worth it. That's just like saying all money isn't good money. You don't have to ride the coattail of everybody. And honestly, take that moment, her walking out, could be the most beneficial thing for her, you know? Nobody else is remembered.
Facts. Nobody else is remembered on that panel.
Right. So y'all keep putting yourself in that position. You're not getting anything out of it. You're only allowing them to grow, and you're kind of helping them perpetuate the bullshit narrative.
Do they even feed them up there? I don't know, but
what do you think?
Before we get go ahead, Savage. Actually, go ahead. I was gonna say, I wanted to take a quick break just so we could, kind of reset, and then we come back to it and continue on this topic because it's a juicy one.
Yeah.
What do you got for us, Sav?
We about to pay the bills.
About to pay them bills, man. Make sure y'all keeping it locked to Rock the Block Radio, always on a Tuesday and a Thursday, and sometimes even on a fucking Saturday. So.
That's that brand new FSO by Lehzae. Make sure y'all go check that out. And she got a music video drop to that. Go tune in. It's happening. What's going on?
Brand new Lehzae. That joint hot, man. That shit's pretty hot. This is what we gotta be doing. Uplifting our people. It ain't about man. It ain't about women. It's about community. Building up community. We are back to the Rock the Block show. And before we went on that short brief break, we were indulged in some juicy conversation, some well-needed conversation about our last episode, where the Fresh and Fit Paper Soldier, Toy Soldier Army and the Myron Minions were at my fucking throat. Mm-hmm. Speaking of that, we back. I want to get into some of those comments. I want to read back to y'all some of the Minions' thoughts and ideas, some of their opinions, how they felt about the segment, because it's a lot of them. We could be here all day doing it, but we don't. Mad, you could get like 3 or a couple. I'll get.
Let me find my favorite. Well, okay, so we were speaking on like kind of why it got to where it went to, and you touched on some of the other topics of the conversation. So let me read this one. Mugen 177. Mugen? All right.
That's fine, Mugen.
And I just went to his picture. Oh my goodness. All right, I get it. He's definitely a minion.
He's definitely a minion. Okay.
Anyway, his comment says, "She's lying, laughing face, laughing my ass off. She got triggered because they brought up reasons on why dating a single mother is a waste of time for men. She got mad, cursed Myron out, and threatened to shoot up the place. I feel bad for her husband. Well, so can we just speak on that? Can we come?
Yeah, let's get into that. Go ahead. I'll let you start.
Okay, so this is the thing, though. Disrespect usually gets met with disrespect, and it's just up to the other person to see what level they'll take it to. And of course she was triggered when you're sitting telling someone in their face that they're nothing or they're less than or anyone will.
No man will want you because you have kids.
And
or marry you. No man will marry you.
Right, and on anyone that's being attacked or their character or anything about them that they don't feel is a downgrade will be defensive. So her defending herself, she got turned up. She did address it. She did identify that. She spoke about that on you guys' show when she was here. And I don't think she's trying to evade like accountability, but I don't think it happened the way you're trying to make it seem.
Nah,
She did threaten. She admitted to that. But that was after she had already got up and all of that. That was after she had already taken disrespect and all of that. So
what I believe happened in that scenario with Mr. Mugen, was that after about 7 minutes of being backed into a corner and being having someone else's opinion forced on you, beat down your throat, she finally come on, and Myron, you have to understand that that's a woman, bro. You feel me? It's only so much that any of us could take. Me as a man, there's only so much I'm gonna take from your ass. You know what I'm saying? So after minutes of fresh throwing jabs at her, questioning her relationship, not only questioning but playing, it seemed like at a certain point in time they were playing her against her husband or her husband against her, or trying to make that connection. You know, why you not wearing your ring? Well, shit. No one. So let's not do that. And once somebody gets you to your breaking point, the way you decide to respond, and if we're all practicing being better humans, we should respond in a savory manner, or a professional manner. But you can't tell nobody how to respond and react once they feel disrespect. So Mugen, eat a dick. You know what I'm saying?
He's a minion for sure.
Get the fuck out of here.
Instead of me doing like 3, how about we all just go?
We all just do one? All right.
Yeah, you do one.
I kind of want to do a couple.
I mean, no, I'm saying like I do one, you do one, she do, and then we'll go back around.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Sav, you got one?
I got one.
Okay.
I got one. And this is from DG with no picture, just a DG. Okay, 3 days ago. This guy would be up there so fast. Ha, 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 ha. Stop the cap. You started to say you wanted to be invited. You're a fan of the show. Ooh. And I'm here. I'm going to admit it right now. I'm here to admit to you today, DG, that you're fucking wrong. Before this weekend, I had never sat down to watch an episode of these guys' show. I actually have a contact on the inside of their show, which he shall remain anonymous. But after we did our Kill Bill interview over here on the Rock the Block show, they got sent Kill Bill by a mutual, connect. We're going to leave them out of this as well. And from their inside, we found out that their producers were watching our show to, create content for their content around their Kill Bill episode. So up until this weekend, before the Lehzae interview, I had never watched their podcast. I've heard of it, of course, and I heard of it again when the Kill Bill situation happened. And my dude on the inside told me that, but yeah, nah, definitely not a fan. And fuck you, die slow, bitch.
Whoa.
Thought it was MASH. That was supposed to be,
Okay. Who's next? You got to come.
I'm going to go. I got one when they say Rafi's.
Rafis.
Nah, that's what it's Rafi Turner. Rafik. So based on her behavior, I see why her husband explored other options. I just want to know how y'all people that sit and watch these podcasts for however long you watch them, you could ever think these people that's sitting there speaking on the mic. I just want to know how an hour interview, 30-minute interview, 20-minute interview, you can know anything about these people. You can infer,
Right.
you can guess, but a whole, why the husband stepped to the left? Come on, you don't even know the husband, child. Husband was in here.
First of all, that's these people's household. Let them people run their household the way they run their household. You can't. I'm still gonna go back to Myron, Fresh, whoever it is. You cannot beat your life. Your opinion, your lifestyle, you know what I'm saying, on anybody, on other people. At a certain point of that conversation, Myron should have been professional enough or savvy enough to pivot the conversation into another direction. All right, little mama, you right, you got it. Or not even, you don't have to say that she's right, because I know that's his main thing. She can't get the final. She cannot be. She has to leave here feeling like she's wrong and knowing that she's wrong.
Like shit.
Respect, bro. If that's how you feel like you're gonna get your point across, run it. You know what I'm saying? Do you? But at a certain point, you could have pivoted that onto another girl there, but y'all stayed on that girl, and we're gonna get to why y'all stayed on her. They got a segment on the show called Frank Castle. We're gonna get to that. But y'all stayed on her because you knew it would invoke either a reaction that would get her kicked off the show, which she didn't really technically get kicked off. She said, "Fuck your show, I'm out of here," before you even got the chance to do that. So for everybody in the comments saying that she got kicked off or whatnot, yeah, she didn't. She definitely left on her own reconnaissance. But okay, next comment, man. You got another one over there?
All right. So this comment is from someone who calls themselves Hustler.
Okay, the Hustler.
He says, "I'm a," enter all caps, "real dude, and I watch their show, space, comma, space. It's for real men to improve, not for the ones that complain about the world and sit there, space, comma, and do nothing to help their self."
Put that in the context for us. That made
He's a real dude, and so in the clip you said that they ain't really got no real niggas up there, which they don't.
They really don't.
They don't. That's a fact.
I'm gonna let you talk, but we're gonna get to that as well. Go ahead.
That is not an opinion. That is a fact. I know y'all see like academics up there a little bit, and he fucks with them hard or whatever. But back to what you said, they don't have no real niggas up there.
Yeah, definitely academic. Probably one of the, and they got.
They don't have. No, academics is not a real nigga either. Now, what I will say about academics is I do think that he allows people the opportunity to see their perspective.
Fact.
I do think he does that, but also he ain't a real nigga. So they definitely don't have no. But Hustler is saying that he is a real dude and he watches their show, and it's for real men to improve. Improve what?
Sweet man.
You are over 40. What do you need to improve on with women? You don't know how to talk to. You don't need to go to a man who has women issues to learn how to deal with women. Actually, hi. My name is Majesty Santiago. I wrote a book. It's called Memoirs of a Sex Slave. It is to help people have the best sex of their life with their partner. Through intimacy. You worried about the wrong things. Y'all worried about having women when really you need to be focused on the one who wants you. And that's it. Because there's so much other stuff going on in the world. Most of y'all don't have to worry about getting used by women. Most of y'all. You make under 100K. You're balding like Myron. You ugly and really can't hold a decent conversation with a woman like Fresh. Like you don't have to worry about being used. Trust me. Y'all be worried about the wrong thing. Nobody wants your Home Depot. Like, you work at Home Depot. No one wants your Home Depot pension or whatever you get from there. So, and before you guys attack me, I want you to attack me correctly. I do make over 6 figures. I have several businesses. I also have Airbnb. I teach Airbnb. I have books. I'm a writer. I'm close to getting my PhD. We don't know when it's coming, but it's coming. But I have things going on. So you can attack me, but I want you to get it right. Okay, so, but this guy, he's a real dude, whatever that means.
Yeah, right.
And he watches their show. You probably should get more into real self-help or watch people like Dr. Umar so you can learn more about yourself. If you're a black man, watch Dr. Umar. Watch, it's other people who are distinguished, who have more going for themselves that will allow you to learn more about the scope of humanity as opposed to how to dog women. Fact. Okay.
And I have one more.
Okay.
I don't even know how to pronounce that. Mugen?
No, I read him.
Oh, you read him?
Yeah.
Okay. Wait.
Yeah, Mugen. When he said she's lying, the first thing he said she's lying, or did he comment again?
When she says she's lying.
Yeah, I read that
and
one.
She got triggered. Yeah, I just want to talk about the view. I wish they would have showed the camera view from the guy that she was looking at, saying that he had nodded at her or was saying not, because I wish that would have been, because they would have showed really what the, like, how serious it. I mean, if you're
like
smart, when you watch that shit, you can see
to the Minions,
want to get them.
To the Minions, credit to us, to me, they do chop up. They put out several clips of that one tape, and calling the girl a bimbo, big in their cover.
The graphic art.
Yeah, what do you call that shit?
Cover art.
Yeah, the YouTube cover shit.
Yeah.
They calling her a bimbo. They calling her 304. They calling her this ratchet.
Yeah.
A ratchet. They didn't even address this young lady by her name. Let's get into that.
And y'all be thinking that people supposed to just be all nice and you cannot. Once you get provoked, you don't know how that person's gonna respond. So honestly, the best bet is to just chill. The thing is, we don't know what people go through in their life. You don't know what she went through that day. She went to have a good time. She didn't go to be disrespected, which she got. She didn't go to have her family attacked. She didn't go to be told that she was nothing because she has children and from a previous relationship that didn't work out. Things happen. That's life, and that is the majority of people that we know. Not me, because I don't have any kids, but that's the life that people have. And you can't just sit there and say, what the fuck? We're gonna sit there and tell Fresh because he got a wide ass nose and he ugly as fuck, he's nothing, he's not special, and he don't deserve nothing? Or we go through every comment to really track down all of these people and tell each one of you, like Mugen, how disgustingly ugly he is and how he probably never gets any play? I get it. I truly get it. But you can't attack people and think that they're not going to come back.
Facts.
You can't do that. And then you can't also dick ride. Not even dick ride. You can't suck dick as a man to another man via YouTube. Stop. Balls hang, and they're going to hang lower if you continue to ride them. Get off. Stop it.
Facts.
No, girls don't like saggy balls. So we need all of y'all to get off Myrons' balls. Get off Fresh's balls, even though they probably don't get seen that much anyway. But go ahead. What's yours?
My opinion is Fresh is a high-level trick. That's just what I feel like. They lure those girls to the show, and at some point, him with his diamond-encrusted chain and YouTube monetizations.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's for another topic.
Yeah. But I also get that, too. Some of us have been popping pretty much forever. Some of us been been getting money.
Beyond
certain
podcast, things, radio.
Not even just that, but just in the way of life, however life has moved. Podcasting hasn't always been here. YouTube hasn't always been here. But shit, some people been lit.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Before social media, some people been lit in high school. Some people been had body. Some girls have been had fat asses. But then you'll see a 32-year-old get a fat ass, and all she want to do is twerk because it's new. It's a new toy for her. This is a new ball game for them. They've never gotten looks. So now that they're getting looks, they don't even know what to do with it. So they feel like they got the upper hand. So I can do this. I can treat people like this because I have a look right now. But if you already had the look, you probably wouldn't be in such a position to want to disrespect people 40 plus. Like, you're 40 plus and you want to disrespect women. That says something about you more than anybody else.
That's the setups, and that leads me to the next topic. Thank you for the comments. Make sure you drop them on this video as well. You know what I'm saying? It's just way too many to go through all of them. There was some very good ones. We pinned some up at the top.
But this was about the Minions, though.
The Minions, definitely.
Yo, the good comments, I saw those too, though. That was dope.
Huh?
What you gonna
Disaster. 10K. What's up, 10K? That brand new disaster. You feel me? You already know the vibes. Rocking the block on a Thursday. We giving you what it is and what it ain't. Make sure you go subscribe to our YouTube for that full interview. Rock the Block Radio, one word with Lehzae, baby.
Yeah,
and you can go tune into the comments to see what's up, because you know that's where all the comedians are.
Listen up, Minions. Don't just come over here to comment on the post. Make sure you like and subscribe as well.
Yeah, we love the comments because that make us pop up in the recommends.
Right. But also
Even
watch
if
the
they don't
content.
subscribe.
Oh,
Watch
I
the
would
content.
say watch the content. Watch the content. Watch everyone. Don't just watch one person or one show and be like, "Oh, this is law," and then just shit on everyone. No, we are multi-dimensional people, so we can actually like more than one thing. No one's saying don't like them. You can like them if that's your thing, but you don't have to not like anything else. So watch the videos as well.
My beef is not with those guys. I don't know those guys personally.
Right.
You know, I might have handled situations a little different, but my gripe is with the minions right now. I'm talking to all of the fresh and fit fanatic fan club, fuck boy, paper toy soldier, cardboard box living, playing video games on your mammy couch, ass niggas, blah blah blah.
That's what it is.
So look,
Video game. That's who they are.
those couple cackers, gamers.
Yeah, that's
Porn,
who they are.
jerking off, the porn.
Yay.
You feel me? Like, no offense.
No offense.
You know, I don't know what his pussy rate looking, body count looking like over. Neither do I care. But I'm just saying, I think the minions are a lot of. Because I don't just see no grown, like no nigga. And we're gonna get into the real nigga comment. Let's address that. Because the niggas were butthurt in the comment about my statement about being a real nigga. So that's the problem with society. You're promoting this to the young men. All of that, all this extra ass shit. So let's get into that. I'm gonna explain to y'all what the definition of a real nigga is to me, right? I don't know where y'all come from, but I know where I come from. Liberty City, Alapata. That's where my roots, that's where I derive from. So your views and thoughts on this might be a little different. My definition of a real nigga is someone that's solid, someone that stands on principles, someone that's honorable, someone that keeps their word. A real nigga, to me, is not somebody that's sliming somebody out, somebody that's stabbing somebody in the back, someone that can't keep their word. A real nigga is somebody that's standing on values, morals, and principles, right? That's where I come from. That's what a real nigga was. Not somebody that was doing slimy shit in the neighborhood. You feel me? You was a snake. You feel me? You was a shit eater. You was, maybe you had a couple niggas rock with you that was on the same type of frequency as you. But for the most part, real nigga is about being something solid. Real niggas ain't going back and forth going back and forth with catty conversations with women. Nah, we not doing that. We're a little bit more We're a little bit more like Zuby. I want to shout out Zuby, who was on that podcast that day. We're a little bit more player. We got a little bit more coof, right? It's okay if you want to, if a real nigga. See, I fuck with the streets. I don't know about the minions. I fuck with the streets. I have a connectivity to the streets. I don't fuck with a lot of the ignorant, dumb, senseless bullshit that go on in the streets, but I fuck with the streets. So just like I got love for the streets, I got love for the books too. I got love for the educational institution too. I'm just not stuck in this square box. Being a real nigga is being able to be firm, stand on your word, but not being a prick. If you could be as real, you could have as much principle, moral, whatever. You a prick. If you can't communicate yourself, if you have a hard time, if you always combative, you going back and forth with women all day long, that ain't no real nigga shit to me. And that's all I want to say. I'm not telling no young man, real nigga ain't got nothing to do with being fake. Real nigga ain't got nothing to do with slatting a nigga out. Real nigga ain't got nothing to do with being slimy. Real nigga got everything with understanding that, nigga, there is a jungle out here, and if you only prepare for the fucking laboratory, when your ass get caught up in that jungle, it's gonna be pressure for you. So you can't never neglect what's going on. We live in the world, so you got to be ready for everything that the world throw at you, young men out there. That's the word that I got to you. Stand on your business, stand on your principles. It's not a problem to have a square bone in you, but you can't be too square either, because then you come off as pompous, a prick. You feel me? You're unrelatable. You got a social disconnect, just like I feel. I ain't gonna say no names, but you already know where I'm going at with that. Madge, how did I express that pretty good? Did I get that out pretty good?
I think so.
Anything you want to add on being a real nigga, even though you ain't a man, but you are real as fuck. You solid. You one of my going on 10-year friends now, and I want to salute you for that. And you're realer than a lot of these niggas out
I'm
here.
your best female friend.
You definitely are.
No,
you know, I definitely got to
words.
stamp that. Madge is definitely my best female friend. Make sure y'all go and download or purchase your very own copy of Memoirs of a Sex Slave at MajestySantiago.com. That's where they could go.
Yes.
All right, for sure. Moving forward, we want to get back in.
Wait, I do want to say something about the real nigga thing, though. All of that, what you said, but like you said, like real nigga don't mean like street nigga or just street nigga or anything.
Talk to him.
It is the duality of, or the
duality. I love that word. Go ahead.
Or even the multi-layering of a man. Period. A real nigga is a man who is gonna handle his business. Period. A real nigga is honorable. Period. Even though a person may not like to be called nigga, we look at someone like Louis Farrakhan, like that's a real nigga. I would never say that to his face because
Malcolm X.
That was a real nigga.
Was a real nigga.
Kobe Bryant, real nigga. Like we can go down the line if we want to just pull the celebrities, but also in real life, like that's a real nigga right here. He handles his business. This nigga is smart. He educated. He's loving. He's secure. He gets to the money, but he also blesses people with the money that he gets. He surrounds himself and he goes out to get people to bring them in to be coveted with love, education. Like he wants to help people, teach people, help them get money, all type of things. These are all qualities of a real nigga. Not out there in the streets just shooting up or robbing or whatever. That's lame. That's really that's lame nigga shit. Like for real, we ain't talking about that. We talking about real standing on
business.
Not someone that's going to attack anyone, whether it's a man or a woman. But you're not about to sit here and just attack anyone and think that that's considered realness or real man or real nigga. So when you make a comment like that, like I'm a real man and I watch them, what does that mean for you to say that? Like you are learning to just be shitty or be a shit eater? That's not hot.
They get stocks on that podcast.
They give stocks on that podcast.
Do they?
I don't think nobody got to share. They have to.
They have to be giving out
information or.
But anyway.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Moving forward. Now, before we close it out, we're gonna get back into the actual clip itself because there's still some clarity that needs to be brought to that situation, at least from us on our end. But before we get to that, I want to get to this point. I want to make this point. Through my research over this weekend or these past couple of days, after being verbally assaulted in the comment section for the last 3 days, I decided to go further and do some more homework on the nature of this show. I found a sub page. Not only is it a sub page, it's content on their regular page as well, but there's a sub page. I'm not sure if it's managed by Fresh and Fits. I can only assume that they would want to maintain, control of all their content, monetization. So, but there are sub clips from each interview that they've had to kick a guest out on. Not to my surprise, the majority of those clips were of women.
Of course, that's their thing. That's their niche. Their niche.
Not to my surprise, there were possibly over 100 of those clips in the gun.
Yeah.
So, me just being a rational, reasonable person, that gives me the understanding or the ability to do some deductive reasoning to say, gets me to this point. The name of that segment is Frank Castle. I don't know. I think Frank Castle is a Marvel. Shout out to my nigga Frank Castle for Lil Haiti. First of all, y'all niggas need to be put some respect on it. Did y'all even have my nigga on the show yet?
Period.
You feel me? Shout out to Frank Castle.
Because I really wanted to touch on that. Like, hold on, don't use that name like that if it ain't for the real. Because that's a real nigga.
That's a real Miami legend right there. You heard me?
That's a real nigga, Frank Castle.
So back to so they have a segment on their show. No worries. Frank Castle's a cool nigga. I fuck with him. So they got a segment on their show called the Frank Castle. And I don't know. The Minions, help me figure this shit out. I need the Minions' help on this one, right? Is this like the name or the title for the part of the show where you get the boot? Is that the part of the show where they do that
Where
at?
did it come from? What's the name? Like, where did that come from?
I'm gonna post it in this video. I'll post a screenshot of the. I think Frank Castle, from my understanding, was a Marvel character, right? One of the unknown Marvel, or
Unknown
Marvel cap, and maybe he might have been
lame.
Beyond that,
That's their god.
Maybe his superpower was kicking someone in the ass or booting them out. Who knows? I don't know.
Okay.
You feel
I'll have
me?
to do
I'm trying to make some kind of correlation here to why they use the Frank Castle. So, me knowing this, me doing my research, seeing this, it only leads me further to understand and believe or know the reason why they kept picking on this girl. Why they kept driving.
To eventually do that. Because
what the fuck is your problem with how the fuck she want to raise her kids in her household with her motherfucking husband? That's my only thing. Like, why were you so butthurt about how a bitch handling their situation with they man? Super saver nigga?
Right. But stop calling women bitches. But go ahead.
I'm sorry about that.
I do this all the time.
So yeah, that's so for the people in the comments or their fanatics, fan club, whatever you want to call these people.
Students.
They're students. They're understudies. They're students, right? For all of these people saying that this girl just got upset because she
one singular thing. They're making it seem like it was just one singular thing, and she just was irrational. That's come on, you guys got to be fair. If you're gonna watch, open your eyes and actually watch. Don't be biased. Just take a show in, and again, be on the side of what's right. You can fuck with someone and know that if they took a misstep in this moment, they misstepped. And they can be held accountable. It's okay. We all fuck up. Look, pimps fuck up too. Players fuck up too. I know y'all not used to it. I know y'all not used to being... But motherfuckers fuck up, and it's okay.
Fuck up.
Yeah, I really didn't like how everybody didn't give her. I mean, our cameraman had a point. He said that she was cussing at the person, but I feel like just when they was trying her, motherhood, she wasn't cussing at them. She cussing like, I pay for my kids' shit. Like, I can 700 fucking like that shit. Like, I didn't feel like she was saying, because everybody was cussing. When I rewinded like 3 times right before she cursed to try to catch and see if it was like she came at me. You feel me?
So let's bring
that's all the comments are saying. Oh, she was cussing. Okay, she did curse.
Everyone was cursing in their
sentences. Of her blowing up in that way, though. Again, don't discount that.
So let's do that right quick. We're gonna bring it back. So where I feel like the situation began to develop at was there was a point in time, and I should have took the timestamp, but in the interview where the segment where a comment comes through questioning, well, basically ask her if she's married, why isn't she wearing her wedding ring? Which till she responds, my husband's been doing some unsavory things, and I'm not gonna be out here looking like a clown. So until he gets his act together, this is how we're rocking.
Right.
He's okay with that.
And that's her life and her marriage. And also to say something like, I can see why her husband cheated or whatever, as if we're saying...
You're jabbing at her beyond...
Because let's be real, men have cheated on solid-ass women, real women, loyal women, faithful women.
High-value
women. So we're not going to do that to make
they get it too.
He's the reason.
The high-value bitch gets it too. Sorry, Madge, my bad. The high-value woman gets it too. Nobody's excused from this, right? So
all of these are attacks. You're poking.
F teaching
and then the person
well.
blows up like, oh my God, I can't believe you did that. Sit down. Don't do that. Like, come on now. You can't.
Like, you're angry. Like, I text you a little bit. You ain't have to get all the way angry.
So the next thing is Fresh asked her why wasn't she why wasn't her ring on, and she begins to explain, and the guy in the Zuby states, yo man, hey, just let her do her thing, man. Let them handle their situation. You get a little, let them handle their situation. That's personal. Zuby kind of trying to pivot the conversation a little bit, but no. All in efforts of getting to the Frank Castle, niggas continued to prey on that lady that girl up there, right? That woman up there. They continue to prey on her. Leads us to the next statement where Zuby states that he asked her, how come she didn't marry her first baby father? And she begins to explain. Zuby a player, man. Zuby take that shit with a grain of salt. Even if he caught fluffing her game, you know what I'm saying? Okay, all right, cool, yeah, move forward. And then he begins to express how he couldn't marry or settle down with a woman with children. Further kind of, angling the conversation towards her. It's still on her because she's the only one up there with the 2 kids and, lived a little life. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody
Basically, they found their target.
They found their target.
Call a spade a spade.
And like a pack of hungry hyenas, they went in for the kill. Dirty, stinky,
hungry,
dingy, mangy hyenas. They continued to prey on this girl. And we ended up somewhere along this happening, somewhere in the midst of all of this happening, Myron comes out of nowhere and he just can't take it any fucking more. He tells the producer, shut off the Twitch stream, cut the Twitter live. And with that being said, we got to pay some bills and we'll be right back.
So, let's hit it. Subscribe, Rock the Block Radio to get all this content if you didn't catch it live in studio.
Big facts. So where do we leave off? We left off at Myron.
Dramatically cutting off the cameras and shutting down the Twitter.
He is about to make his grand fucking entrance. This nigga cut the cameras, cut the Twitch feed, cut the fucking Xbox Live, and he got to it. And he said, "It's not in a man's best interest." For a man to settle down with a woman with children. He said that at the end of the day, you have no rights to those kids in the event that, he said that it'll cause emotional distress on the man and the children if they ever were to break up and he has no rights to the kids. And I'm here to tell you, nigga, fuck them kids, nigga. If we breaking up, nigga, take your kids. They could go, if I'm living like that, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
You meant to say that.
But I'm just saying, like, really, I get where you're coming from, Myron. I get it. On some simping, and they call it, I'm the simp. All right, I'm the fucking simp. I'm a girl, the emotional I get it, man. You've been investing into the kids, and, it could fuck them up.
But the thing is that is a perspective. And that is real. I agree. Like, it's hard. I don't know if that's the right word, hard, but it does take a certain person to be able to date and be in a relationship with someone with children. And for most of my adult life, I didn't date men with children. I had one adult relationship with a man with children, and we were engaged, and it was a really great relationship. And he had children, and I got really close and attached to the children. And when we did ultimately break up, that was a factor. That was real, and I had to talk to. We had to talk to the mothers. That was a really big factor. We were really a family, and we had to talk to the children, and that's real. So it is a perspective, and I don't want to say like that's you can't tell people not to date people with children. No, that's a preference. That's a preference, and it's cool, but you have to know that about yourself. So, but don't be out here telling people that your reason is the reason why they shouldn't. If you have it in your heart to love children that are not biologically yours, do it. Why not? What's wrong with that?
No, facts. And then don't quote me on this, minions, because I know how y'all like to pick apart every fucking thing someone say about
nothing else to do because they ain't got no dates.
Exactly, no date scheduled.
They don't have nothing going
on. So, his second reasoning was the fact that you have no authority when it comes to disciplining these children, right? In most cases, right, you don't have any. In most cases, men don't. Which, and Lehzae responded, that she's not much of a fan of her man, her husband disciplining her children. She stated that, she gave several reasons, whatever her reasons were, because, they're a little older now, and, I wouldn't, if I was getting into an argument with an adult, I wouldn't slap their hand or I wouldn't discipline them in that manner, and which was a valid point. Like, these are little humans, they're growing, you know what I'm saying? In cases where they need a little spanking or a pop on the butt, I don't disagree with that, you know what I'm saying? But she was just saying that, in her household, in the house of Lehzae, this is how things are ran, And Myron, once again, you could just see him just fuming up over there. Fucking fumes coming out his ears, his little Arab ass turning red as a fucking cayenne chili pepper, sitting a couple seats away from Lehzae. And he began to impose his rhetoric and his thoughts on her again. And this is why you don't appreciate your husband. And maybe it could have been interpreted as that. But still, what goes on in Lehzae's house stays in Lehzae's house.
But then the comments were, it was in 100% support of him. And again, the thing is, his personal preference is cool. He does not have to date women with children. That's fine. Well, he's probably dating 18 and 19-year-olds, so maybe they don't. And that's understandable. But for whatever the reason, you don't have to. But you can't then impose, like you said, your rhetoric and the way you feel on someone to make them feel bad about their situation. Someone chose her. Someone married her with children. There are many women with children in relationships, in good relationships, in healthy relationships, with men that love their children that are birthed by someone else, and that's okay. But you can't not look at this and say he's 100% right in the way he came at her. That's what it all comes down to.
Yeah, and that's what they're trying to make it like.
She's just mad because he said this. No, it was a compilation of things. There was an accumulation of attacks.
Exactly.
Period.
And like I said, at some point, Myron being the definite older person in the equation.
He's the elder.
And being professional, being on podcast radio, he should have figured out he should have had a clever way of pivoting that conversation where it didn't go on in a manner where it didn't go in the direction that it eventually did go to. So I mean, let's start to wrap it up a little bit. We can start to wrap it up a little bit. My only regret with bringing Lehzae on our podcast is, and it's not really it is. The only regret that I have is not setting the stage or opening up the floor to her to give an apology if she saw fit. I never made mention whether she was apologetic for threatening, whether the threats after, and I'll give you my thoughts on it. Once you get someone upset, once you get somebody to their point, what they say after that, your mama sucked that, fuck you, and your kids, and your dad. People pop off.
Yeah. People pop off.
That's a woman. Let's keep that in mind, Myron. Beyond it being, it could have been a man up there that you took to that point. And he could have told you, you know what, fuck you, see me outside, bitch ass nigga. And guess what? You would have had the luxury of either going back and forth or seeing him outside. And
or going in your purse.
Or going
the man bag that I know you carry.
Exactly, right. Myron's looking like he's waiting for a free kill.
Can I add something? So what I think I see is there's a void from where we all know and remember Kevin Samuels. And I feel like there's a void in the space that he dominated. He hit and hit hard, and he commanded a space. And I think they're trying to fill that space. And I don't think they have the same angle. So they attack women. And a lot of people did accuse Kevin Samuels of attacking women. But I think the biggest difference, in my opinion, that's all that this is just my opinion, is that if we're going to call what Kevin Samuels did to women attacking, then I'm going to say he also attacked men. I have never seen the fresh, the Flume and Fit podcast guys. I've never seen them talk to any man in the same temperature that they do women. That's the biggest.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it because
even
I don't watch the show.
And he is pillowy soft.
But through my research over the last couple of days, I haven't seen the only one that I did see, and he was asked cordially in a nice manner to leave the show. Was this guy from England named David Bunning, and to their credit, David was destroying the quality of the show. He was drunk as shit or high on some substance up there, just rambling and Myron asked him to leave, but he didn't berate him. He didn't belittle him. He didn't look at this dumb fucking drunk motherfucker, bitch. He didn't do all that, you know. He just and you know the commenter said, "Oh, because men are usually understanding and they da 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 da." Nah, you know, keep that same energy.
No, keep the same energy.
Keep the same energy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know.
How about you invite him on your show? Well, not him, but both of them.
They're more than welcome to
formal invitation.
This is going out to Fresh and Myron. If you all care to come up here, if you want to come up here, more than welcome to come down to our lovely Hollywood, Florida studios and come check us out, man. You know what I'm saying? It's all love. We can sit down and have you know,
real conversation.
Real conversation, man. Just chop it up. You feel me? I don't know you. I don't know y'all from a can of paint. You feel me? I ain't really too pressed on knowing you like that, but you know what I'm saying? We are colleagues or peers in the same space.
Right.
You know, so for sure, I'm pretty sure we'll run across each other at some point in time. But
I would love.
You'd love to go up there on the show?
No, I wouldn't. I would not go on their show. That wouldn't end well. I don't even know.
I don't think they could play with you like that.
They wouldn't even be able to play. Because I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to keep
and
it
then if you go there, you know we coming too. So that shit, if it go left, it's going to go
Let's
left.
be real. Tell them why it would never go anywhere. Because I meet disrespect hella high. So
Nah, I mean, we'll save that for another segment.
Okay.
We'll save that for
I
another
meet disrespect
segment.
hella high.
We'll save that for
Hella
another segment.
high,
But
so.
listen, hey, like I said, thank you guys for tuning in. The Minion Brigade. Thank you guys for stopping by our platform, checking us out. Be sure that when you leave in those comments that you hit the like and subscribe button as well so that you can stay updated with our latest releases and content. Shout out to all the viewers out there. Shout out to our lovely host, Savage Flower. Make sure that you're going to tapping in with Savage Flower TV on YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe over there as well as visit my dog's website, MajestySantiago.com. It's spelled exactly how it sounds, MajestySantiago.com, and pick up some of her products.
And follow me on Instagram at majesty.santiago.
And ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our segment for the day, man. We'll see y'all next time. Much love.